So, what's the new Raven gonna do?
Well...
No, we fighting. I ain't done. I ain't scared of y'all. Oh, wait, they jumping. Kakashi, chill, B. Chill. Look, where my team at?
I want them to hear me. Say, turn my music up. Turn my music up. I say, turn my music up. Turn my music up. Turn my music up.
What's good? What's poppin', y'all? It's your boy Yaya. Today we talking about Naruto the Boruto Shinobi Striker. Now I'm gonna break it down to y'all because I played the beta, I had a good time, but the game got a lot of problems and it needs to take a different direction. The game already has a bad light shined on it, and I want to talk to you guys about the game for people that have not been able to access the beta or have not watched the gameplay. So I'm gonna give y'all the good, the bad, and the ugly. So we're gonna go in that order. Without further ado, let's just jump right into the video. The good. Alright, Shinobi Striker is a very fun game. It's very different, and there's a thing the Naruto community needs to stop comparing it to. It is not a Naruto fighting game. Generally, every Naruto game that we have gotten in the past, I don't know, 10 years, almost 11 years going on since Naruto Storm came out in 2008, 2009-ish, we have had freaking fighting games. Shinobi Striker is something completely different. It's a game that's supposed to be based on teamwork and multiplayer, and that's the good part about the game. The multiplayer aspect of it is really fun. Just a few little tweaks will need it to be happening to make the game way better, but I'll talk about those later in the video. Alright. Another good thing is character customization. Character customization is amazing in Naruto the Boruto Shinobi Strikers, bro. Y'all think I'm playing? It is so lit. I will argue it's even rivaled and even better than Xenoverse 2. The little small things that we won't customize, like headbands, you can change the color of those. You could pick almost every village from Naruto. I think all the villages actually. And I'm not talking about like the little small ones. Like a lot of people don't even know the name of the little small ones in Naruto unless you really studied upon those. But here you can customize almost everything. Just one thing I want, a little pet peeve, is if I'm a stone village, I wish I can customize the color of the clothes. It adds to make sure our colors are different, but however, it makes it easier because you want to know what team we're on and people will be attacking. You just be throwing out random jutsu so you won't hit everything. Another good portion about Shinobi Strikers is the game mode. The game mode is really decent. I really like Capture the Flag. I'm not a fan of Capture the Flag in whatever game I play. Games like Call of Duty or Uncharted or any shooters to think. Like, I just was not a fan of Capture the Flag back in the day, aka even Halo. Just was not a fan of it. But here, being an actual character where you just don't have to kill people and then you reset, it makes it really different, and it's something that Shinobi Striker did right. Is their game mode is spot on, and that's something that I really enjoy about Shinobi Striker. Alright, another good, is I really like how ninjutsus work in the game. So it's L1, R1, you get one jutsu, you get another jutsu, and then when you get to bar full, you hit up on the D-pad, you activate an ultimate jutsu, and pretty much that's generally how it is. And most of the jutsus are in the game are somewhat balanced. Some them are kind of bootleg. Like, I think the rage type needs some nerfing. If you play the rage type in the beta, that's really just Sasuke and Uchiha people, where they have a lightning jutsu and then the fireball jutsu. And I think the way the current activates in the game is good. Now, let me talk about the bad. The two bads. There's really two bads that can really kill the game and make people not want to play it for a large amounts of times, because it is really frustrating and it is really tedious. I'm gonna tell y'all right now that the matchmaking, for me personally, when I played it, it was okay, it was wonderful. For having all those people, I thought it was gonna be a lag fest. I played on the first day at least over 10 plus games in the beta, and I thought that was wonderful. I think it was just smooth, but the bad part about it is when it lags, there is no reason to play the game. Like, you know how certain fighting games, they lag, and then you're just like, okay, I can wait till it fixes and it corrects itself. Shinobi Strikers, it stays like that, which will possibly get fixed in the beta as they update and tighten the servers. They need to test how many people can the game operate on for this time being. I think that's a wonderful thing that they're doing, but that's kind of bad. Another bad is the movement speed. The movement speed of the game, I feel like Shinobi Striker needs to work on that a little more. I think they need to work on it to the T, and I'll be happy. Make the game move a little bit faster while walking on the walls or something like that. They don't walk like that on walls really slow in the anime. They at least sprint, hop, or jump. So I don't see why the gameplay speed on the wall is really slow. And it's different when you're on the ground, like walking on a normal flat surface like normal, because there's a lot of infrastructures and buildings, trees, branches, walls, stones that you can just leap to and stick on and latch onto. So that's something they need to fix. And that's all I gotta say about the bad. Now, unfortunately, people, we gotta talk about the ugly. The ugly part of Shinobi Striker is what I just absolutely do not like. Is I honestly just cannot stand how the lobby matchup system works. That is really bad. I don't like how it is, the connecting to the matches, and the fact that the beta did not give us a astounding way to connect to play with friends. That's the part that people want to know. If the game is already marketed as it being online only, they need to tell us straight up that, yo, let's see how the friend-to-friend, peer-to-peer connection online works. They didn't give us that, and that is really frustrating as a consumer. And honestly, if the game don't have offline, it's gonna be a bust. That's the really bad part. They need to have another beta where it lets us play with our friends. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 has done that perfectly. They even had an endless function. I know that's more of an action adventure like fighting game in a way with Dragon Ball Xenoverse, but still they had a way to play with friends, and that's something every beta with a game that's supposed to be online only, it would only make sense to incorporate that into its core gameplay. Alright, I don't think I touched on this, but I'm going to touch on it a little bit more difficult. And I feel like the worst part of the game, worst part of playing Shinobi Strikers is sometimes the combat. And not actually like fighting and just hands to hands, but it's just like some of the buttons and mechanics are really clunky and really bad. So let me give you a prime example. In Shinobi Strikers, you have a parry option. While someone's attacking you, you hold L2 to block, and when you parry the attack, you hit R2. It pushes them back. However, at the same time, it is tied to chakra and the way you maneuver around the stage with R2. You have these little chakra kunai that are blue that help you throw it and attach on to other parts of the map. It helps you stay and not fall in the ever-lit Spider-Man pit of death. So that's something that I just could not stand, but fighting multiple people is hell. They need to make it a way to where they make a circle where you get a buff or something like that. Find some way to make fighting multiple players a hell. And two, there's no really evasive jutsu. And that's only because that was in the beta, but like when the game comes out, if they have like Shibaku Tensei, Almighty Push, jutsus like that, I feel like that will help a fold. And a good example of that is, which is why this is also a picky, controversial topic, is like fighting multiple characters is bad. A lot of the jutsus are situational. Some jutsus are really bad and not really that helpful in the game. Like I will argue that in Shinobi Strikers, Byakugan was useless because even though I could see all of the teammates, I didn't really need to see all the teammates. I just need to know before I touch the opponent's base who's all on the base and who's behind me. And why the lock-on went so far, I can already tell that off rip. So I was just like, okay, why would I need to use the Byakugan? And I don't want the game to be just one moveset, because it's already seeming like the range support type, the range ninjutsu type will be the most used in Shinobi Striker. The lock-on. The lock-on goes in too far, and what the lock-on does, it doesn't just lock on, it helps track opponents as well. What Shinobi Striker needs to do is they need to not try to copy that storm effect, where say if you use a fireball jutsu, it goes to the other side of the screen. In this game, maps are 4 times as large as Naruto's Storm. So that being said, that was really frustrating, and some jutsus just overpower the game, and that's just really ugly, because that's a sign of everybody when the full games comes out. I'm just gonna pick this one, I'm running off the plug, I'm gonna call it a day, and that's it. You get what I'm saying? It's gonna promote just everybody picking one moveset. That's like everybody in Dragon Ball Xenoverse, for example, picking Justice Combination when it was broken, or picking God of Destruction Fingered. I forgot the name of that move, but you get what I mean. So that being said, comment, rate, subscribe. Tell me how you guys feel. Avataryaya is out. This is the 3rd episode of The Good, the Bad, and Ugly. Subscribe for more Shinobi Strikers content. Please follow me on Twitter. The description's in the link below. And remember, you guys are golden, and that is raw.